Hi, this is Megan Jacks, Creative Memories Independent Advisor, and today I'm going to show you how to make this layout using the arch frame border punch from Creative Memories. So to get started, we're going to trim from cardstock a 4 6x6 squares. So I have one of them to show you here. In my sample, I use white cardstock, and we're going to use the arch frame border punch to make a frame all the way around this piece of cardstock. So the frame punches are real easy to use. I'm going to line up my outer edge with the silver line that's right here in the punch. You can see it right there. I line it up and then punch. Slide it over. I'm going to punch one more time. Since I have a 6-inch square, I punch twice and then rotate. Once again, lining my outside edge with that silver line. It's going to create a little square piece that'll come away from the frame, and punch again and just rotate and keep going all the way around. So you'll make 4 of these. I'm going to demonstrate just one. And if you have little squares on there, they can just be pulled off or trimmed off. So for this, each 4 of these, you will then use the punched out pieces. I punched a scarlet cardstock border using the arch frame border punch. And now I have all of the little punched out pieces. So I'm going to attach these to the back side of my, my frame using my mini tape runner. I'm going to attach them on just 2 sides. So I use just a little bit of the mini runner. I really like the mini runner. If you haven't tried it, it's a great one to use. And now what I can do is go in here and I'm going to apply the little punch tabs. I want to leave a separation between the top of my white frame and the scarlet. That'll allow, when I put it on the paper, it's going to allow that a little bit of that evergreen background paper to show through. And I would just go all the way around applying my red tabs, or not all the way, excuse me, just the 2 sides. So I just apply 4 of the tabs and I flip over and you can see I'm now all set to go. So you would do this on 4 of the frames. So I've demonstrated one here. So when here I've got all 4 frames, I do have a little bit of an overlap here in the middle, and that's really what gives it that nice touch. So you can see these all come apart and they just lay over the middle. So I have paired this with a piece of the Christmas spirit. This is the evergreen paper, and I have trimmed it to 11.5 by 11.5 because I want a little bit of a background paper to show. And I decided, since I was using this bright scarlet color, I actually found this red triangle paper in the Fresh Fusion Rainbow pack. And when I laid this over the top, I was just like, wow, that is beautiful. So this paper from the Fresh Fusion Rainbow pack also has this beautiful rainbow stripe on the back, and I'm not ready to part with that as an entire sheet. So I'm going to show you really quick how to cut a frame out of this using the 12-inch rotary trimmer. So I've got my trimmer here. When I cut a frame out, I'm going to turn it parallel with my table so that I can see this ruler edge on my the metal trimming arm. I want to be able to see this ruler edge. I am going to make a 1-inch frame all the way around my trimmer, or my paper. So I'm going to slide this in over to my 1-inch mark and line it up. Now, here's where I need to be able to see. I'm going to want to be able to see the 1-inch mark here. And down here, I want to be able to see the 11-inch mark because I'm going to trim from 11 inches to 1 inch. And I'm going to use the white guide here to tell me where to stop and start. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm at 11 inches with that white marking. I'm going to come all the way over to 1 inch. I'm going to rotate, line back up at 1 inch. And I'm going to push down at 1 inch and come all the way down to 11 inch. Pick up and rotate. And just keep repeating until I've got all 4 sides done. This is a great way to save on paper. I will now have this beautiful 10 by 10 rainbow paper to still use on another project. And I have this beautiful, bright, brilliant red paper for the background. So then what I would do here is I would layer my evergreen paper on top. I'm going to go ahead and slip my trimmer mat right back underneath because I'm going to use the guides on the outside to help me align where this all goes. And you, of course, would be using adhesive to put it on. So I have it lined up. I'm then going to grab the 4 frames that I've made. And my frames, I need to keep in mind my 6-inch center marks. And I want to make sure, so what I'm looking for is they're going to overlap right at that center mark, at the 6-inch mark. So I would definitely be using repositionable adhesive to do this. So I have a little bit of play with how I want it. You can mess around a little bit, whether you want an overlapping circle or you want the circles to be more like ovals. And then I would be applying my last one here. Now I went with a very simple, the North Pole sticker from the Christmas Spirit collection. I added some dots, foam adhesive in there. And these are sized for 3.5-inch square photos. So those would just pop on as such. Just center them in each one of the frames. So as you can see, the arch frame punch is really versatile. So many ideas to use with it. This is actually one of the first projects I've done using it as a frame punch, and lots of ideas for other ones. The frame punch works well when you have even numbered or even sized squares. So a 4-inch square, a 6-inch, 8-inch, 10-inch, or a full 12-inch square. So I could easily do a second page. I could do a big 10 by 10 square on the other page if I wanted to play around with that. But hopefully it's given you some ideas on ways to use the arch frame punch. And don't forget the Christmas Spirit. Start digging through your stash to find all sorts of fun prints that go with the Christmas Spirit collection. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. Give it a try. And if you do, please share on my Facebook page. I would love to see it. And I will see you soon. Thanks for watching.